Hello, a very good afternoon to one and all present over here. Myself, Dr. Sourabh Kosey, Head Department of Pharmacy Practice and an active member of Team Pharma LOK. Welcomes you all, audience, to this YouTube channel. Today we have with us very esteemed guest with us, Professor Dr. N. Udupa sir, who is right now working as Research Director at Sri Dharmasthala Mannu Manjunatheshwara University, Dharwad, Karnataka State. So we welcome you, sir, to this
Yeah,
Pharma Lok
thank
interview.
you.
And this is episode number 27. And in the past, sir, we have done various interview of various pharmacy stalwarts of the profession. Recently, we have recorded a session with Professor C.K. Kokate, sir, also. And into addition to this series, we are over here with you, sir. So most
Yeah,
welcome, sir, once again. And
thank
before initiating, with your permission, I would like to tell audience about your bio sketch. Meanwhile, there is no introduction, need of introduction of yours itself. You are a synonym of pharmacy in India, Southern India, Northern India, as well as at global level. You have created a professional image of yourself by standards of research, academia, and administration. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce Professor Udupa. Professor Udupa obtained his bachelor's, master's, and PhD from BHU Varanasi. He worked in pharmaceutical industry for almost a decade. That is IDPL in Citadel. He has been working in academics for last 3 decades. He is presently working as research director at Sri Dharmasthala Manjunatheshwara University, Dharwad, Karnataka. Dr. Udupa has more than 500 publications, 500 conference presentations, and about 100 review articles, 15 books as editor, and 15 patents to his credit. He has delivered 250 guest lectures. Dr. N. Udupa has received more than 57 grants of worth of rupees 7 crore INR. He has guided more than 5 dozen PhDs and around 9 dozen master's dissertations. To name few awards to his credit, Dr. Udupa has received several awards. Few of them are Pharmacy Teacher of the Year Award at 54th IPC Trust Pune in 2010, IPA Fellowship Award in 2009 by IPA New Delhi, Pharmaceutical Scientist of the Year 2008 Award by IAPSTA, Association of Biotechnology and Pharmacy, conferred Honorary Fellowship Award in 2007 in Guntur, Principal of the Year 2001 Award by APTI in 2001, Dr. P.C. Nandia Endowment Trust Research Award at Jaipur in February 1997, Starts Award 2011 at Bangalore in 2011, Talented Scientist Award in 3rd ICMP-HP at University of Colombo, Sri Lanka in 2011, Professor C.J. Shishu Award at 17th APTI National Convention, Manipal, 12th to 14th in 2012 at Acharya P. Sire Gold Medal Award IPA in 2012, Shroff Memorial National Award in 64th IPC held at SRM University, Chennai in 2012. He has been several honorary positions, among which the notable positions are PhD Registration Committee member at Bangalore University, Manipal RGUHS Chairman, Monitoring Committee of TIFAC Core in NDDS Baroda, Advisory Board member of TIFAC Core in Pharmacogenomics Manipal. He has several fellowships to his name. He has received such fellowships like Controlled Release Society, Japanese Drug Delivery Society, FIP, ACT, Dr. T.M.A. Pai Foundation, etc. Dr. Udupa is an editorial member, editor in several journals, including IJPS, Indian Drugs, Pharma Today, Pharma Link, Indian Journal of Hospital Pharmacy, International Journal of Community Pharmacy, etc. Born in Kinnigoli, Mangalore district, Karnataka on 15th July 1953, Dr. N. Udupa has a professional experience of 36 years, and Dr. N. Udupa has served as President, Rotary Club Manipal Town 2017 to 18, and won second place in medium clubs in District 3082. To his community services, he has executed about 100 community service projects under Rotary Club Manipal Town. He also executed Rotary Foundation funded Skin Bank project of Kasturba Hospital, Manipal, India. Dr. Udupa's research interests are development and evaluation of various novel drug delivery systems, polyherbal drug formulations, cosmeceuticals, nutraceuticals, etc. Dr. N. Udupa was scientific convener of Indian Pharmaceutical Congress, hosted by IPCA from 2010 to 2013. With this short, brief bio sketch of Professor Udupa, I would like to welcome you to this interview show, sir, by Pharma LOK. And we are really delighted to have you, sir. So, coming on to the front part of this interview, sir, starting this spell, I would like to ask about your basic education, childhood, schooling, your pharmacy education, your achievements, awards as a pharmacy career from beginning to till now. I would like to have your
Yeah,
introduction,
yeah.
sir, please.
Okay, thank you. So it was a nice introduction. Already you have told, not much to say. Like actually, my schooling was in one Pompeii missionary school in higher up to higher education because I was born in Kindigoli. It is a village, and my father was a teacher of three languages like Kannada, then Hindi. He was a Hindi pracharak, South India, and also Sanskrit. So that's why I had a lot of for all the languages very good command from the beginning because it all trained by him. So I was also in the prachar like Rashtrabhasha Praveen. Before my college education, I completed that. I was already graduate in Hindi language. Dakshina Bharat in the prachar. So then that was Saint Mary's. So all my education was from the missionary schools because the Catholics, our coastal Karnataka from Mangalore, the headquarters. So the fathers, bishops, they are mentors. So though I come from Brahmin community, but I was very much benefited. I should because for the education, even English command all that from the beginning. So then after Saint Mary's High School, this higher secondary school, then I moved to my sixth to tenth. It was in Pompeii High School. Then my PUC, BSc first year, it was in Vijaya College, Mulki, and then it is nearer to Udupi. Then I migrated to Banaras Hindu University, my B Form, 70 onwards. 74 I received my B Form, 76 M Form. Then I was selected by campus interview by IDPL. I was in Rishikesh antibiotics plant. So from that actually regularly I was a trekker and I have visited from Rishikesh onward Badrinath, Kedarnath, all those places. So several times. So that was the inspiration by Lord Shiva and all those temples and all and Ganges. So daily the Ganges water. So I was drinking. I was even going there have a bath and all. So these were the then I was there 5 years. Then I was moved to near Delhi Gurgaon formulation plant and developed several formulations for IDPL. So and then after 5 years, my this period of that whatever that there was a bond there. Then agreement MOU was. Then I moved to Chennai. I was in Citadel Fine Pharmaceuticals. So and I was a development manager, F&D, formulation development R&D manager. So I developed several products for the and from just 2 crores to it was raised to about 200 crores that company. Now it is taken over by one Arabindo. It is in Hyderabad. So and they are doing very well. So that was and several products they are still in market like development of paracetamol suspension, then which is known as pepanil, and also the acinil, the antacid suspension, and like that, so many products and amoxicillin, ampicillin, dry syrup. This press coated, like these are the fast disintegrating, fast dissolving the tablets. So like that, several preparation, even liquid vitamin preparations, although their stability study and all those, so many things. So I was. Then I came back to Banaras University to complete my PhD. I was a assistant professor there. So till 80, that was the period of 81 to say 80, 84. Yeah, 81 to 84, I was in Chennai. 84 to 87, within 3 years, day and night, I worked. Even holidays, no vacation. I was there only. By that time, I was married and I have two children. Then I came to Manipal, almost 4 decades. And from this year, last 1 year, I am in SDM University, Dharwad. So this is my educational background because my family comes from education. Mostly of them are teachers. There's few are bankers, some engineers and doctors and like that. So all of them, they are instrumental. They mentored me with their all their grace. And my grandfather was an astrologer, Sanskrit scholar. So he was like those days doctors, physicians were not there. So for the education, mentoring as well as he was like a physician. He was herbal medicines and all and astrological yoga and all those therapies he was giving. So these are all influenced even now traditional medicine and all I believe and a lot of research activities I am doing. And even Manipal also I did a lot of work and more than 350 scopus index publication. Of course, all you have told my H index is about 40. That is Scopus. So this is about more than 50. It is Google Scholar like that. So and several more than 25 books, and of course all those awards already you have named. So you name any association, including International Association FIP and all. So all association and ISPOR and all. I am either chapter president or president of Indian like along with the, ISPOR and IAPST. So that's why I'm a director as well as a member of FIP member and executive committee member and this FIP is the Association of Pharmaceutical Sciences and Technology along with Vishwadit Mukherjee. So I'm the since last more than about 7 8 years. Again for another 3 years I am continued. I am president. And now several chapters we are for ISPOR as well as Community Pharmacy Association as well as for, of course, pharmacy, hospital pharmacy also. I am editor of Indian Journal of Hospital Pharmacy and all. So, of course, Indian drugs, and this Indian Journal of Pharmaceutical Science, all this, and also international journals also, drug development, industrial pharmacy, and I am expert and reviewer for all those. So these are all. Some achievements, etc. So thank you very much. So this is, I think, this is more than enough because already you have given in the biosketch. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Definitely, sir. It's an inspirational right from the starting to the career story. So this is
So
what
I have
our
written one
generation
my Samarpan, one autobiography. So that also I have
autobiography.
forwarded. So
Yes,
that
yes,
gives
sir.
all the and those it can be you can give my WhatsApp number and mail ID. I can forward the soft copy of that Samarpan my autobiography. It is available. I
De-
can forward. Anybody wants to read about that because it will give a lot of even my the publication detail, everything, even the area. My PhD scholars. I have written one affordable drug delivery because my major area, thrust area is affordable the drug delivery system. So I have produced more than 60 PhDs who worked on nanotechnology, drug delivery, targeted drug delivery, all these things, cancer therapy, all those things. So all these
Definitely,
books,
sir.
everything, they are available, soft copies. I can forward. Okay.
We will
So
share your
compliment.
sir number and mail ID. And personally, I too will share that sir
Yes,
118
yes.
page the
Yeah.
autobiography you have shared with us,
Yes,
and
yes.
that is really inspirational. Thank you so
Yes.
much, sir. So moving forward, sir, thank you for your answer, sir. Moving forward, sir, as we can see, sir, from your bio sketch, you have got grant for more than 7 crores. So, sir, as per current curriculum in academia, research and administration, in 21st century specifically, how to fetch the sir grants from the funding agencies from like DST, DBT, ICMR, and other
Yeah.
funding agencies. So, what is the master formula and what are the keys
Yes.
required?
Yes, yes. Okay. So, as already you mentioned, there are funding agencies like association of this AICT, All India Council for Technical Education. Then UGC, this is the first for the teachers, University Grants Commission. It gives for teachers a lot of grants. Earlier they used to give even a seed money from starting from, because my first research grant was for 15,000 for developing a transdermal drug delivery system. We were doing that one Madam Jayanti from JSS Mysore. She was at that time assistant professor. So she came down to Manipal to work with me for transdermal drug delivery. That was the first controlled release. So she developed some preparation, a lot of 4 or 5 publications, all these things. So then, of course, with the UGC grants, at least I had I got at least 6 major grants, 10 to 15 lakh those days. And with each grant, at least 1 or 2 PhDs. So about 5 to 6 PhDs resulted from UGC grant. Then later I started writing ICMR grant, protein peptide delivery on that one. Doctor, she is Rima Singh. So Rima is there. So she is now in UK. She is working in as assistant professor from hospital, and that was the protein peptide drug delivery. And then I have one candidate from Iran, Dr. Kaksagiti. She is in Sweden. And also, I have so many other over Dr. G. Chandrasekhar. He is working he is in Vitria in USA. And like then in color, Dr. Sandeep Tiwari. He got some again UGC later DST project. So he also worked very hard and is with the color car and now BASF, the company German, is in the USA and moving to Germany. And also I had another candidate, Dr. Subramaniam. He is also in Hamburg. And so, almost more than 50% of my candidates are working in international level, either R&D manager or as professors. Recently, one Praful, he came here. So he's from Dharwad, and he did the PhD with me, M.Pharm PhD with me, and several. And he is now in Ireland. Praful Deshpande is in Ireland. He and his wife both were my students. They are now in India, but they are on vacation. They have come. They are going back. So that's like one is in Australia, one is in New Zealand, one Dr. Sunil Agarwal, and one in the Reddy Laboratories and Sun Pharma, one doctor in the Reddy Laboratories, Dr. Dinesh Shanai, and also Dr. Venkatesh. So like that, so many, and few are in again remaining all in few are in principals of some reputed colleges like Narasimha Reddy is there in Bangalore, and Dr. Srinivas Mutalik, one more, he was in Australia earlier with some grant and all. So we had a collaboration with Australia also, and Dendrimers and all. He is working anti-cancer drugs, nanotechnology, and all this. And now he is also having several. Now he is professor and HOD in Manipal, and like that. Then Dr. Usha Nayak, she is another talented. So everyone they are getting very leading grants, and my H index is though 40, 50 like that. They are also not now. They may overtake me. Now their H index is between 20 to 25 like that. Mutalik and all. And I lost one of my student, Dr. Srinivas Reddy, was vice principal in Manipal. He was also my team member. And of course, Dr. Mallikarjuna also, we had a lot of collaborators, present principal of Manipal College of Pharmaceutical Sciences. And then Dr. Koteshwara, he did PhD M.Pharm with me. So like that, Dinesh Chandrasekhar, so many people. So These are so grants. You name any funding agency, including international grants as a collaboration. So I even when I went abroad for collaboration, I had from USA as well as from Canada also. One Canada university, I had Saskatchewan with the chemistry professor. We developed and we had a joint publication and complexation and, with of some anti-cancer drugs. We prepared and I prepared and sent and all the clinical trial I used to do his compound and our compound and all those things we had joint at least 5 to 6 publication international publications. So like that I had collaborated with many of the and those they used to give and Sureji Nagai he also gave me travel grant and Dr. Mishu Rashida in Japan. So I started World Pharmacy Congress attending in the Japan in 1980s. So like that. So during my when I was in Manipal, I was able to 80s, 90s like that. So Japan also 4 or 5 times I visited Australia, New Zealand, all these countries. So at least to 40, 50. And I should mention Dr. Ramdas Sampai and Vice Chancellors of our management of Manipal University. They gave me a lot of free hand for research. And that's why I was made research director there. At least for 10 years, I worked as research director in the Manipal University, Manipal Academy of Higher Education. And still, I'm there as emeritus professor, continuing there my collaboration and all this. So, with all this, so they also gave me a lot of seed money, travel grants, and all those things. So, that's why there is a sky is the limit. So, we can, if we are alert, so even now, SERB, because for now, because UGC and all, it is only government institution they will get, but the private institutions, it is DST, SERB, DBT, Department of Biotechnology, Council of Scientific and Industries, and industries. We have to approach industries and if whatever products or formulation or drug delivery we develop, then we have to tie up and once that patent is filed, then technology transfer should take place with the help of clinical trial and all. A lot of money is required and many years are required. So the industries can the teacher. So industry institute partnership and industry. So every institute. That's why in Manipal I set up industry institute partnership and in innovation cell and IP cell. So all these things are required with the help of the members from the industry should be also be there. And only so they should be mentored and they should be also the guest faculty, visiting faculty with us. And we give them as adjunct faculty. And there is some norms and UGC and all for the ranking purpose and all. So those this we can show them as guest faculty, adjunct faculty. So there this also we can utilize. So that's how the funds are required for the research promotion and good talented students we should get and we should train them. So that is a beginning. So career, research career can be built. So initially our from the grant research grant application they will be rejected very fast, not even 10% success. So initially mine it is also, but slowly by ICMR and all, once I was getting, then I am now expert also. So now whatever grant, because now I need not apply, they only tell me this particular grant is there, you are eligible, you apply. We will give this much money, you send your proposal like that. So your collaboration and all. So that's how our research promotion, publication, and it is not that the output is very important. And then now it is the technology, it should be the patented, but technology, just patent filing is not enough, adequate. We have to see that further technology transfer also, and ultimately the suffering humanity, the patients, consumers, patients are the consumers. We are the healthcare providers, and we are the custodians of the drugs, medicines, and formulations. We have to develop and all. So we have to see that the affordable cost, because that is my vision. So we have to see that at least whatever research I have done, particularly product development and all. So I want to see that they are made effort because the drug delivery is very costly. Your raw material, process, product, everything. So making it affordable with the government support, grant funding, and community service. Of course, Rotary, Lo- Lions Club, Diners, all those they, and also we have to see that we have to involve collaborative research and we have to involve all healthcare professionals, doctor, dentist, and also all the statisticians, then physiotherapists, nurses, all those people. So pharmacist is a link. So because we have whatever knowledge, authority we have on the drug as a storage, preservation, and custodian of the drugs, the distribution, because we know A to Z of the drug. So that's why we have got the authority. So that we have to see that quality. And it is not the making money only. So we have to, only because again good IP is there, so we can make industries and other way. So business tactics is there, we can make a lot of money even as consultants and all this. So that's why hard work, dedication, community service mind, the people and patient suffering with variety. So all these things there, God will be there, our colleagues will be there, our students will be there, talented people will be there, government will be there, our management will be there with us. So that's how we have to see that we it's not only for the profit. So we have to see that ultimately we have to see whether alternative therapy with yoga, herbal medicine, natural resources, whether with the less cost without therapy also with the just meditation yoga also without drug if you can that is the day pharmacist because it's not though we want to make money through the drug through the because the industries they want their if the research and this that has to grow then they have to spend a lot of money so they want so that's why they require market so but that they alone they cannot do so we teachers researchers are required so but we have to see that all those whatever surplus money is there that should be plowed back put back and we have to see that affordable cost we have to see that we serve the humanity that's what my mission so thank you yeah
Yes, sir. Definitely, sir. The directions with the examples of your esteemed research scholars and the grants you have funded not only nationally but also globally will help our future researchers in the pharmaceutical sciences for
one more
directions.
thing I
Thank you.
can tell that is whatever some this one my earning at least 10% I have given back to the university as an endowment. I am providing it to the poor children and all. We have made a trust also. So through that, to the poor patients treatment and also to the cancer treatment, children treatment, and for the education and for the travel grant of the students. So we are every year at least more than 1 lakh rupees is distributed through my earnings. That is the one we have made a trust and so
Definitely,
that's how
sir.
we have to.
This
The
is the
name of
one.
my their name of daughter, my son and all. He studied in engineering college in Manipal and now he's in Germany. He's pursuing his PhD. So in his name also I am giving. Of course, matching grant is given by Manipal University. At least 4 to 5 travel grants you are giving every year to the engineering students in Manipal for their paper presentation and for technology transfer, patent filing, etc. That's how these are the yeah correct yeah please
That
go
is
ahead
that is the sir trend that should be there for the inspiration, motivation to
yeah
the budding researchers. So
yeah
that's a good trend. So you have started, and definitely it should be there from the professor research group. That is what is the trend globally too.
I instituted
So
even for the supporting staff technicians also the best technician award and also best teacher award. So every year, 10 to 20,000 rupees with the certificate and medal and memento you are given to teacher as well as for that also I have funded through our trust. Yeah.
That's really motivational, sir. Sir, moving forward in the interview, sir, sir, you have worked in various cultures like Sir Manipal, BHU, and you have been chairman and various staff selection committee members. So, sir, we would like to have the suggestions from you that what should be the suggestions or the steps for the improvement of the quality education in the pharmaceutical sciences in this era.
Yeah, so it is the see infrastructure, facilities, laboratories, instruments, equipments. They are the one side for which government also gives and from the fees and all. But for the research, a lot of support is required, and also for the poor students economically. So government institutions like BHU and all central universities, fees is they are free ship. Even when I studied in Benares University, I never spent any. I was getting scholarship and even books. I never, of course, I even that is a free complimentary copy. I purchased one book that is the jurisprudence, Dr. B.M. Mittal, from because it is published from staff ML Shop GP Srivastava. They had a publication. So one is History of Pharmacy, then this one. So History of Pharmacy gave me free copy, and also Dr. B.M. Mittal's book, and all other my seniors they gave whatever second hand book. But all then book back and for library. That is, and of course I once I was a graduate postgraduate, I myself started writing the books. So my suggestion is that we should utilize the library very properly. Of course, these online digital libraries are there. Even without going to entering the library, we can download a lot of. If we become member of elsewhere and Web of Science and all through the library and all, National Medical Library and also we can get, and also our colleagues, teachers and all complimentary copies definitely we can exchange. So my suggestion is that first of all, every institution we should have a professional organization, and through this professional this we should always promote the professional activities, also research culture. So always it is on this ongoing learning. We should never stop because teacher we think that once we got the degree and all we became the teacher. The first few years we have to prepare the notes and all. Then we can because we are extempore we can. But we have to update our students and all. They are very meritorious. They go to the library and Google and the information gathering is today very easy on the so even the examination, the open book system, all these things are there. So, but we have to see that library. We have to thoroughly do the literature search, do the latest updated things, and the culture of writing. And journal club should be there. Every institution, every week, by rotation, students, faculty, whatever some papers and books, some titles, trust areas should be discussed, and our journal club and our in-house this professional magazine, not only the career counseling and other general matter literature, but on the pharmaceutical subject, research subjects, academic subjects too. And also other thing is we should not ignore the basic, the first year. That's why in the first year, starting with the for the pharmacy curriculum, you name any subject starting from physics, chemistry, mathematics, biology, economics, even commerce, statistics, computer science. So on the medicinal side, biology, and on the biochemistry, biotechnology, microbiology, medical subjects also. All subjects are required. Pharmacology, toxicology. So you name economics, so and management aspects and marketing aspects. So because we should not think that we may be teaching a particular subject, we may be specialized in that subject, we may be doing research, but we have to enter because every area we will not be able to, we will not be master over that. We will not be authority because that much time is not there. We have to do the administration, research, academic activities, and mentoring the students. Of course, all the research activities students will do. But our sound knowledge, so we should not ignore any of the subjects. All subjects are very important. So that's why collaboration, all these things are required, and we have to within campus we should collaborate with not only our own department, our institution, all the departments, and other like medical, dental, because all the health sciences campus or even the engineering colleges maybe they are nearby either our campus or nearby campus. If not within our country, other laboratories are there, industries are there, industry collaboration. And abroad also we have to develop, and that's why we have to go abroad, international conferences we have to attend and develop a good rapport, try international grants with collaboration and the European this and all. It is not that easy because we have to invite them. Exchange program should be there, student exchange, faculty exchange. And, that's how we have to grow. So we should not be. So we should be very progressive, and of course there will be hurdles will be there. But always, if you think that it is difficult, why not? So because some we think if the bitter is there, so how to make it mask the taste. So that's why we have overcome that by press coating, by suspension, overcoming taste masking with flavors, and also bad color can be masked with the good colors and all this. So organoleptic quality because as and even we can nutraceuticals, cosmeceuticals. So that is also there is a lot of scope is there. So those subjects also the specialization. That's why if we think now more than super specialities can be developed in this pharmacy area also, like medicine, even in the medicine, dentistry also super specialties are there. So even in our subject pharmaceuticals and now pharmacy practice, there also super specialties are possible. So marketing and all those things. So that's why career growth. So the limited knowledge. That's why computer science and all the data handling and all. So even the data management also there are even the new courses are there. Like engineering, two branches they collaborated. They have started new branches like mechatronics, mechanical engineering, electronics, because and even the aircraft engineering. For that, lot of knowledge, material science, and all these things are required. So new subjects, new branches should be there. So we have to, as a teacher, we have to see that future pharmacy profession, jobs, all these things are possible for industry and all. They require the teachers, the talented teachers, dedicated teachers. So this is my suggestion and little whatever with my experience, my advice. The professionalism and also the progressiveness it should be there. So that's how I'm suggesting.
Definitely, sir. Thank you,
Sorry.
sir, for your answer. And definitely, this suggestions will help all of us to improve in the quality education in pharmaceutical education industry. In the same context, sir, next I would like to ask what kind of precautions one should take while writing a research proposal for the a grant. Nowadays, n number of like opportunities are there, and a number of proposals too comes to the funding agencies are in n number as you are of various committee chairperson for selection of projects also. So you can tell, sir, what are the various things we have to
Yeah.
put into
So
the
for
forms.
writing the research grant, first thing is thorough literature search should be done. Without literature search, we should not jump to write. And also, there are a lot of schemes are there. If you see the various national, international, UGC, DST, DBT, and per day I see at least more than 1,000 to 1,500 schemes will be there. So, but there is a timeline, and we have to see that whether we fall in that category, whether we have knowledge, we have done any pilot study, any experience in that area. So we should apply. We should be master in that, command in that. We should have worked in that area. We should have collaborated with other people. So with that, this only we should apply for the grant. That is the first thing. First is a good literature search. Then we have to see where we can apply, how much, even you should be appropriate, and the budget knowledge of the money is the calculation of the money. If you unnecessarily for equipment and all, how they are available, from where, which sources are available, whether any import substitution is possible, and whether anything can be done with the, like nearby any institution is having any other such instruments, we should not duplicate. So first of all, we have to find out, because all these things will be thoroughly verified. And if you have, so we should not with the same title, same thing, some other person is doing. So the competition, healthy, should be healthy competition. It should be like a specific project. Like it should not be a broad, the specific theme, like tuberculosis, like what area, whether mechanism, development, clinical trial, what is the area we want to develop, cost reduction. So like that, we have to apply our knowledge and then collaborate. So that's how the first thing is thorough literature. Second thing is appropriate funding agency, appropriate time, appropriate scheme, appropriate budget, and also the selection. We have to see that, and also the experts. When we are putting, we should see that proper expert is put to evaluate our proposal. So thinking that if I give to another some person who is a critical and all, he will reject. No, he should not like that. He may help us. Some comments, good comments will be there. Like it is not criticism. You have to take always a positive attitude. So if we take it in a positive attitude, and if we can modify it, correct it, next definitely. So that's why I told first initially 20-30%, then 40%. And nowadays, what of course I don't write a proposal on my own. If there is a call, if they write that yes, this proposal is there, you that like that. Of course, now they put me as an advisory panel and all for writing the proposal and all. That's why I'm not that because other I want to groom my youngsters, younger colleagues and all, and younger students to write their own proposal and get the grant. Because when the students also there are some schemes, projects are there, so we have to. So that's how we should be taking a lot of precautions in this, like that. Yeah, we should not boost wrong things. There should it's always if you don't know, we should tell yes. I am not thorough in this, and I require some advice for this work and all this. Yeah. Yes.
Thank you, sir. That is what is the steps we have to follow for the fetching the grant. Thank you so much, sir, for your answer. Moving forward, sir, my next question for you is what type of nutraceuticals or functional foods need to be developed in the present era of COVID-19 pandemic?
Yes. Sir. See, now immuno boosters are required. So immuno boosters, and also whatever these things we developed, we have to see that they are cost effective. So whether any natural sources are available, we have to see that that is being. So what I can suggest is for improving the immunity and all. Of course, vaccine development is area which takes a lot of time. But for the protection and immunity development, the nutraceuticals like that, we can develop the food products like the dry powders. Like see a lot of people who are having some heart disease and also this diabetes. Myself is a diabetic to this one. So what I suggest, and obesity. These are some of the, so in the pandemic case and for the cancer. So what I suggest, of course, anti-cancer available in that. What is the best we have to see, and also of course for the radiotherapy and all these things are there. A lot of toxic effects are there. Even the anti-cancer drugs are very so through modification and good formulation, and also with the cost-effective import substitution, we have to see that, and the natural products we have to use, and nutraceuticals like see some of the natural products like pepper, curcumin, turmeric. That is the turmeric is a curcumin yielding product, and then terminalia for heart people, terminalia arjuna, terminalia Belarita, this, and then this Kateshu, and also for anti-cancer there are like Vinca, of course, this Vincristin, then paclitaxel, of course, that is Taxol, again from the plant product. It's a semi-synthetic like that. And also natural, lot of excipients are there. So all these things we can utilize. Some of the plant products like Tulsi, It is a very good immunobooster and Emblica, because this and also that is Dabur is already making that what is Chyawanprash. So that also we can natural lot of Emblica and all this we can add, and these will help for immunity development, vitamin C and all these things, because synthetic is very costly. So we can go ahead cyanocobalamin also. So natural like tomato and all the beetroot, a lot of and then a lot of minerals, all these things, nutraceuticals. There is the mineral herbal zinc, iron for the pregnancy and all. So that's why the COVID period, lot of nutraceuticals, whether it is even through the drug delivery, topical, and also for the sunburn, sunscreen, lotions, all these things based on the herbal ingredients we can develop. So a lot of because though they are having a good cosmetic quality, but again, but the for the nutraceutical for the our we require mainly carbohydrate, proteins, and vitamins, etc. So all the even little extent of a fat is required, but we have to see that. But the dose we have to see that the minimal quantity, but maximum diluent it should be there, and should be cost effective, and also minimum side effects, should not give adverse reaction, etc. With the good palatability, good taste, good color, organic, and you are in the good packaging. So as pharmacist, we should be able to overall quality management, all these things, and with good packaging, and with the will make it again affordable, cost effective. So these are my suggestions to develop good nutraceutical products with the therapeutic activity. Yeah, good. With the less side effects.
Exactly. Thank you so
And
much,
cost
sir.
effective. Yeah,
Yeah, cost effective as well as, sir. India is having a history of having herbs as a food. So that
yeah,
is what is
natural,
that why the
natural, yeah,
hard
correct,
immunity
correct.
had
Nature
in
itself,
COVID pandemic.
environment itself is actually synthesis is not required. Natural products, India is the like it is a heaven like that. Of course, China is competing with us, but India is we have unexplored. So for the again pharmacognosy, because now nobody is taking admission in the M form pharmacognosy. So even the teachers are not available pharmacognosy. Of course, all those are having, because no this one the many places they are not offering that M form program. But there is lot of scope. Herbal industries also there is lot of scope, and the herbal cosmetics, etc. So we have to rejuvenate all these subjects. Your nutraceutical, he says, for a super specialization, you have to see that our future, we can set up our own small scale industry for this distribution and all. A lot of job opportunities are there. That's what I suggest.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Moving forward, sir, next question is what is alternative medicine for food as drug?
Okay. Like other than food, isn't it? You are telling. So that's why
Yes, sir.
physical exercise. That's why physiotherapy people, yoga. So in the abroad and all, that is a yogic practice. So they want to see that all this. This what is this? What you call or this one like aromatherapy. Aromatherapy. So all that inhalations. So one is inhalation therapy, aromatherapy. Another is physiotherapy. Then yoga. So these are all, and meditation, because all the brain, like whatever the tensions are there, na, cognitive, so all these things. So that for that the tension stress reliever, it is the yoga, pranayama. Even for the I told as a immunity booster for the pranayama for the and is very good for the like earlier it was nasal therapy and all. So doing pranayama daily, even in the and meditation in the free time, like during even the sleep also we can do some yoga like that. Then we can that is also a type of yoga, like a peaceful sleeplessness, everything. We should not take any sleeping pills. So all this. And another this is there is a panchakarma therapy. All these things actually, or Patanjali yoga is there. So all this Indian ancient literature, it is there, and it has got a lot of value. Yoga therapy, Patanjali, of course, Ayurvedic traditional medicine. So these are the alternative therapy where pharmacist has to take a lot of, because as I already told, we are the custodian of the, so we should be the not only the custodian of the drug, custodian of the disease. Actually, the diagnosis treatment is done by whom? The doctor. But as that healthcare team, the pharmacy is a link. Your nurses are there, physiotherapist is there, but pharmacist is the link, and he is in the central compartment. So he will coordinate with all the very good coordinator with our good community, as well as with very good communication skill. If we do all these things, so that's why I suggest all these alternative therapy should be, we should grab this opportunity and develop this each institution, this super specialties, and we should not go for the high number, just one or two candidates only. We have to select and train them thoroughly, and then give diploma and other education. And actually, the patient education, that is very important. So that for patient education, because our doctors, physicians, and the dentists and all, they are very very busy. So we have to help them for the patient care. That's why pharmacy care, patient care, that is the through the community as well as clinical pharmacy. So that itself is a super speciality. So that's why that will develop for the alternate therapy. So with the less number but quality. And through that, we have to assistance like the certificate course and PG diploma course, and all these people develop. Then I think because the hospital, the number doctors and all, because they only the super specialty and all, only few people are available. They are not available. There is a shortage of this. Only few colleges are there, so there is a shortage to super specialty. That's why we have to see that through our alternate this one, we have to develop the our para clinical experts subjects with 1 or 2 year training, and then they will become master. And they should be given good salary, and they should be stable. The turnover should be less, so that's why this is the way we have to look into this, and we have to support government also. You have to give this scheme and suggestion, and with them voluntarily we have to see that with the collaborative, as pharmacy teachers, we have to contribute a lot, and we have to always recruit talented students, and we have to see that they are given the very good job. That is the placement should be our responsibility, because management, of course, they have money and all, they will start the college, politicians and all, but the placement, it is in our hand. The teachers with the industry collaboration and all this, for the placement, we have to help students. That is my suggestion. Yeah.
Definitely, sir. Pharmacists really play a vital role between medical inputs and outputs, and between
Correct.
medics and paramedics. So
Correct.
either it is a dietitian, physiotherapist, nursing staff, or physician. Pharmacist as given by WHO, 8-star quality. In between this, all the things come, as you told, coordinator, communicator, leadership, lifelong learning. Everything do come. So, sir, definitely the things you have told to us regarding this complementary alternative medicine scam therapy and all the things which we can do alternate as for the lifestyle progression. So, sir, now moving forward, I would like to ask, sir, there is a pursual that the research funding agencies and the recruitment agencies, either it is in private or public sector, for R&D, they are getting hired by third-party agencies. So, sir, what would be the outcome and impact of this practice?
Yeah, you are telling about the like public sector and for the private sector, the funding, isn't it? And placement, huh?
Yeah, sir, the third-party hiring.
Okay, okay. So, see, private sector, and then what I earlier also I told, NGOs and industrialists, we have to, there are a lot of people, because now it is compulsory that even for the banks, when they make profit out of that, at least 2%, because they can tax saving is possible. Otherwise, they have to pay heavily, instead of paying heavily tax, that profit and all that, if they plow back, invest for the, so that again private a very good researchers are there, means they should, and for very good scheme, because I told always we should go with the, like the, it should be for a particular area, it should not be a competition like the same project we apply. We have to see that for a specialized new area, we have to, new subject, new topic, we should see there, and we have to see whether that is a prosperous area. There is a any scope to work in that area. So that's how the all those private this industries, NGOs funds. Then government, they have for the various trust areas, as per the requirement, as per the this, they, as per the suggestion and the experts, consultants, they will see, they will tell, yes, yes, in the future they will project the next year this much. Like now for the COVID, the maximum the allotment is for the healthcare, maximum allotment more than 50% is for the COVID vaccination and all, and also for the children and women group, and for the also in the treatment also for the diabetes and like hypertension, like that. And of course cancer and all very costly, so government will fund for such, whereas the industries will fund for the mostly for the for diabetes, and also for the like your one is diabetes, other area is hypertension, like that, and then obesity, etc. Whereas government will think of the where industries no money is very costly, products are very costly, and market is very less for the cancer and all, because people though they suffer, as it is costly, they will not buy the product, and even they will not go to the nearer to the doctor, they will not get admitted to the hospital also. That's only government, they will see subsidized rate, their whatever money can be free treatment and all, they will look for that, because otherwise they will not, because patients with disease with the cancer and all, many people will be there, but they will not come forward. That's what we have to see that the funding grants are depending upon the disease and the need of the people. So accordingly, the teachers should think, and orphan drugs and all the where there is some of the things they are endangered, like they are not available. Like whenever there is any outbreak of you know what is that, typhoid and all, because we thought it polio and all, we thought it is eradicated, but and even the tetracycline and all, because it was not available when it is required, because it has become, but for some disease it was required, anyway, pandemic, endemic disease, immediately that they had to manufacture it. So that's why even that this any development for again for alternative derivatives, all those things cheaper, cost effective, dose reduction approach, pro-drug approach, all these things should continue. Otherwise, so research should not stop even the orphan and all those new molecules, and also available molecule, whether it can be diversified, like whether any new use can be found, like aspirin. Earlier, it was for only the pain. Now, for the heart also, it is found to be very useful. Some like some drugs which are thrown out because of carcinogenic and other toxic effects, they have come back with the refined form, with the dosage adjustment, with the alternative derivative, so like that. And also another area is impurity profile, because some of the things toxicity is due to impurity. So even the development of the impurity, not only identification and analytical method development, sophisticated, very sophisticated, and for the nanotechnology, there again it is required in the nano quantity and even milli quantity, the future pico quantity. We should be able to analyze and see that. So even the dose should be slowly. It has to be like a homeopathy principle. So we have to see that more dilute, more effect like that. So that type of concept and alternative approach should be there. So that's how we can see that the cost reduction and also the new this one. So the grants also should be accordingly, we have to see that from some source the grant should be available. That's how we have to create for every. We should not neglect any area like that. Yeah, thank you.
Definitely, sir. Thank you, sir, for your answer. Sir, I would like to ask you that this is my personal question also.
Yeah,
Since I am from pharmacy practice background, like what
yeah.
are the various major differences between international and national scenario of pharmacy practice?
Okay. The pharmacy practice scenario, I can say Australia, Europe, Germany, as well as in USA also. Pharmacy practice in very advanced stage, and like they have seen that actually from in India mostly pharmacy we are initially we concentrated on industrial pharmacy. So mostly we are going to industry. Jobs were one is teaching, the second is industry. Last this was on research. But from beginning, Australia, they are well advanced in pharmacy practice, clinical pharmacy. But community pharmacy, I can say, still we are better because we are doing with the little knowledge on the diploma and all, the retail and all. We are, of course, our sincerity, dedication is very less. That is, that's why our students, we have to always to become because of knowledge and all, because a lot of corruption is there, and they are not properly educated about this, and our teachers also are to be motivated for moral education. Even in our curriculum, the moral education also we have to include, like environment, even the psychology as well as the truth. This one, like of course, every religion has some moral principles. So that's why we should not name it as prayer, Hindu, Christian, and all that. That should not be there. The human being is a human being, but whatever moral principles are there, so that should be incorporated in our education. So that's what. And that's why they are in the pharmacy practice because we have to do it sincerely, and we should cross verify. That's why in prescription handling and all, if suppose somebody is even in the manufacturing, somebody is calculating, another person has to be there to verify it, and one is weighing, and one more person should redo it and verify whether it is correct or not, because some numerical errors and some errors will be there, and calibration of the measuring instruments, that is also very important. Otherwise, little dose difference that will make a large toxicity and even the death may occur. So we have to see, and because doctor and all they are very busy, so we have to help with all these things, the dosage, the calculation, correction, and all this. So that's why in the pharmacy practice, it is clinical pharmacy and all in the abroad and all. They are very dedicated, very sincere, and they depend on the pharmacy. So similar way in India also. That is the only difference. So that's why because we our service should be accepted. Though jobs are created, but the physicians and all, if with the metric and all, if they are able to handle with the whatever free samples are given by the industries, the medical representatives. So that is not the real. So as pharmacists, if we do good, if we are, so they will utilize them as their co-partners and as their mentors and also advisors. So they will, and even our consultancy fees, like them, we will also get our consultancy fees. So that type of mutual understanding should be there, and that type of culture, and even the government, we have to impress upon that, and we have to say that even as a pharmacist, we can be able to, as community pharmacist, as clinical pharmacist, if we are able to. That's why pharmacy practice can grow. So, like abroad, here also, that type of moral principles will be incorporated, and we should be sincere, trustworthy. Then only, then people should, the patients, like when they approach doctors, the patients and patient parties, their relatives, your parents, they go to the a similar way. We have to see that uh, all our people should be the patient, the pharmacy should, retail community pharmacy should attract the patients, because he should make a name in his profession. So they should know his name because of his service. If we do all these things, that is possible. So we can even we overcome all this, and we can become more advanced even in India compared to the abroad countries. That's what I suggest. Because in
Definitely.
abroad and without prescription, because I went, because I was diabetic, my medicine was exhausted, and I required anti-diabetic some drug, and some dose I had to miss, and after coming back again, regaining. So though I told that without doctor's prescription, I had prescription from India. They don't know Indian. That is there, but in Australia, we require here. Even Germany also. They told without prescription from here, the doctor, the hospital, you are to be admitted. The doctor has to prescribe. Then only will get. But the cost will be very high. So because I have that health insurance should be there. Again, our people have to be contacted in India and all. So it is a long procedure. So that's why we have to overcome all these things. So a lot of things have to be worked out. Then only our pharmacy profession can grow. That is why, that's so my this one initiative, and I want to advise like that.
Thank you,
Yeah.
sir. Really an insightful story of pharmacy at domestic as well as abroad. You told, sir, there is a huge gap to overcome. And moving forward, sir, my next question is: what is your opinion in terms of academic research viability? When we compare our academic research with the industrial one, so either this academic research is viability is accepted industrially at industrial scale or not.
Yeah. See, if industry have to consider our contribution, they always see whether we have developed any patent, novelty, any new product, any technology is there with us. Because many industries, they come to even Manipal. A lot of industries, they came from the for the grants, and whether even for the placement students, undergraduate PGs, PhD scholars, they come and ask whether any candidate I can hire, like that they ask. So, but that again is a great challenge in Manipal, as I was head of the institution, and I attracted many industries, and when Reddy Laboratories, Cadila, even multinationals and all, they went to several places. They were not able to get a suitable candidate, and then once they came, it was about 20, 25 years back. Then they told, we are not knowing such good candidates, talented candidates are here. Now onwards, we will see that from your only, like that Torrent, even Cadila. like Hindustan Antibiotics, IDPL, you name any company, multinational company. Of course, our alumni were there, but again, if the candidates are not good, they will not hire. So that's how we have to attract. First, they will see who is the teacher, who are the teachers who taught, what is the institution background, what is the reputation, what is the ranking of that institution. Because that's why NIRF ranking and all. Actually, Manipal is the University of Eminence. So, and also our Manipal College of Pharmaceutical Science is at the top within 200 pharmacy and pharmacology in that subject for the publications and all this. We are within top 200. So that's why number one rank and top 200. So like that, Chandigarh, Naipur, all these places are there. So that's why teachers, institution, so development of the very reputed institution, very reputed teachers, and very good topics, innovative topics, patent development, technology. If these things are there, industries for job and all, they will come to us. So that's why we have to market ourselves. So it is a hard, dedicated work. Just in 1 or 2 days, it is not possible. So if you think that if our experience and all, of course, after 10, 20 years and all, initially we have to work hard sincerely, produce good papers, good technology, and we have to produce good students. So, and of course, we have to impress upon our management also. But many managements, they don't want to invest. They will not give salary like that. So that's why if we are good, if our sincerity, trust, this one is there, that if you are not after money only, if we develop that type of culture in our so environment conducive. That's why our mission of Manipal University is like pharmacy college also, like go ahead with the time, with the growth, with the research and development like that. Very good team was there. Growing with the time. With the time, we should not be the old things like that. New things, but again, old wine in new bottle like that. That should be the concept. So we have to see that whatever thing is possible and good students also we have to attract. Students attraction, industry attraction for industry institute collaboration and all this. So that's how we have to develop. Then only things will be moving forward. That is my that's how my experience. Yeah.
Definitely,
Because
sir.
now industries and all, they only contact even for the see library book development and all because elsewhere Web of Science wherever I go they come and they are because we are and they will give us a complimentary like that. It's a pure portal in the Scopus elsewhere. So they give us complimentary like that. So that's how even the publishers and publication houses and the data management people, they will come to us. If good things are there with us, then even our expertise they will utilize all this, like even for the journal and all, publication and all, for searching the editors and all. They will see the what quality of book article he has written, what is his capacity for editing, whether he has done plagiarism and all that, copywriting and all. Because many things we see, so that's why they are not. The good journals will not select Scopus Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4 like that. There are classifications. So if our papers are to be published in high quality Q1, so our citation and all should be very high. So there is a quality. It should not that's overnight we will not become good. So we make mistakes, but slowly we have to see that we improve. That's how that is the so we should be very alert in this. So our sincerity is very important. So that's how we have to market ourselves with the sincerity, hard work. So that is the way. There is no shortcut for our any good work at all. So it should be only the route. There is a sequence method. So that much hard work has to be done. Yeah.
Definitely, sir. Sir, we are very at end of this interview, sir. I would like to ask you in the end that what is the driving force for you to choose this profession in very starting, and
Yeah, yeah.
please
Good.
please give us the future directions for all our generations can have from you for the overall development.
Yeah. So, yeah, this is a very good question. So, because the environment where I have grown, first is my background of my parents, my father, mother, they both are no more, but they are hard work because they were teaching profession, teaching and agricultural profession. So even industrious, because my father was a editor. One journal, I was there in the editorial board, one Yugo Purusha Kannada monthly cultural magazine. It got Suvarna Karnataka award in the whole country. This is the oldest cultural magazine which published from Karnataka. So that's how so as my father came from that very poor family, but my father, grandfather was astrologer. So I told that background plus my uncle who supported me by pharmacy education because I was not even knowing the whether it's agriculture like farm FARM, whether it's bachelor, but then the ABCD I was not knowing. So it was my uncle, Dr. K. N. Udupa, was Vice Chancellor of Benares Hindu University, who is the one who inducted me to the pharmacy education because in our family, no other pharmacy was available at that time. Of course, now few more are there in our family. So that's how he mentored, and so I was there in pharmacy, and then he supported from beginning itself because when I was first year itself in Pharma Times, I wrote article for Eastern Pharmacist IDMA Bulletin. So that's why I'm now in the editorial board because I have started for my student career in 1970s itself. I have started writing. So and then my teachers, Benares University, Dr. G.P. Srivastava, who was the pharmacy education, one of the after Professor Shroff's pet student. Then Dr. P.C. Dandia, then Dr. S.V. Tatwavadi of Benares Hindu University. He is Vishwa Hindu Parishat leader and all, international leader and all. So Dr. S.V. Tattavadi, he was professor of pharmaceutical analysis in Benares Hindu University. So he, Dr. P.C. Dandia, and all the teachers, I remember each and every, there is no time to tell all those. In my Samarpan book, I have written all those. My classmates, they are all very brilliant. They are all in abroad. No, most of them doing very well. Few they became drug controller and all drug inspector, drug controllers, and all this health. Even ministers are there in my classmates. So that's how these people. These are the people who and also the people like Dr. Harikishan Singh, Dr. B.D. Migalani, again for journalism, my Indian General Hospital, I took over editorship from him, Dr. B.D. Migalani. He passed away last year. So he was from Delhi. He settled in Chandigarh, very nearer to your place only, Dr. B.D. Migalani. So he is also one mentor, Dr. P.C. Dandia, Dr. S.K. Kulkarni. He is now nearby only in Belgaum only. I meet him regularly. So these are the people who mentored and Dr. G. Jagdish, who is USFDA, because Star Award and you told he's in USFDA and also NIH adjunct professor and all scientist. So he like that. And my colleagues like Dr. Rama Rao, Dr. B. Mishra from Benares Hindu University. So these are the all people who mentored me, helped me, Dr. A.K. Srivastava, Dr. J.K. Pandit, and all HODs, all those people who helped me during IPC and all, because 2, 3 IPCs were held, all those IPCs, Benares University, Platinum Jubilee and all I attended. We are coming to now centenary also. So these are the people who groomed and helped us and with those directions. So these are the environment and my family, my wife also. She was a teacher, music teacher, and all my, and she also supported me, gave all the helping. And when Samarpan I have written, and my children, I have one daughter and one son. One is in Germany, is doing PhD and all. Shravan Kumar, and in his name I created a endowment award also. And my daughter is also a musician and all. Comes in GTV and all. So, and I two granddaughters. So all those days supported me, gave me helping hand, and because most of the time I was in institution and working in lab or in the laboratory or library or in the institution doing administration. So morning even 10, 12 o'clock I used to come and all. So even my as a diabetes and other things are there. It is my wife who is the doctor, my physician. Like she treats me and takes care of me so much, and very good food she gives me, and I forget the medicine and all those things. She will minute to minute, hour to hour, she will take care of me. So these are the people, and in my in-laws, parents, my brother, sister, because I have two brothers, two sisters, so they also support me in a great way. So daily they call me, talk to me, how are you, and all like that. So and their children, all those. So our family background, the environment, and the institution wherever I have worked, industries wherever I worked. So they supported me and gave me lot of opportunity to give my best. So and of course I never asked for any promotion, any salary hike and all. It is they themselves have considered all this by seeing my good work and all. That's why wherever I was there, I worked for and I contributed. So that's what. So this is the all for the success. We should not look for like to become overnight rich and overnight famous. So that should not. We should be wherever we are there. We should be sincere, hardworking, and we should be sincere to our even students. We should be very friendly. We should not, because that's why I'm very liberal. Always give, even they make mistake, I give them opportunity, correct them, and then redo re-exam and give them marks. See that they always first class or excellent. That's all. Even their thesis and all, sometimes it may be rejected also. But I see that I motivate them, mentor them, see that they are out of all this fear and all. So we have to support, and we have to see that their future, like for their job placement, we have to see that that should be our responsibility. So that is the success, and we should not think that they will overtake me, go and they will grab my property, money, and all. No. So if we forget all these things and then we trust them and we work with them to correct them, we should not overlook and then see that they make mistake and then so this is, and you want when they join some job, we have to mentor them, and also we have to find out, get the feedback whether they are doing the sincere hard work and all. So that's how we have to see that we have to take care, precautions on all these respects. Then definitely we should not look back. Always prosper, progress. So that should be our aim. So that's what I give my advice to all the students. The future is in our students. So we have to see that, mentor them, to see that they do good work, good community work and all. Thank you for giving this great opportunity and your patience, and you have moderated and done a lot of, so I appreciate it. And actually you are more ahead of me. That's what I, yeah, yeah. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Nothing likewise, sir. It was really a blessing for all of us and for Team Pharma Lok. We appreciate, sir, for your time that you have spoke all regarding the whole past, present, and the future of the pharmaceutical education research. It was pleasure talking with you, sir, and you have left all of us with even stronger interest in joining pharmacy. with all kind of questions you have answered, sir. Definitely, we will come up with these directions for upliftment of the pharmacy profession. This pharmacy profession is really lucky to have you, such academician, polite person, to guide in this instances also. I watch you in several WhatsApp groups, active, very active, pleasing, greeting, and motivating all of us. Thank you so much. And sir,
Yeah, thank
definitely,
you, thank you.
Team Pharma Lok is
Yeah, thank you
helpful
very
to
much.
you for taking your
So
time.
thanks to Dr. Amit Jha and all his colleagues and all the people, Dr. Santosh and everyone, Dr. Your colleague and everyone who gave me such an opportunity. So thanks, Pranam. Good night. All the best.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you,
sir.
thank you,
Charan
thank you,
Ispat.
thank you.